Welcome to another episode of The Life of Your Ballot. As we close out the general elections this year, I wanted to spotlight the critical work of the canvassing board. Who are they and what do they do? The canvassing board typically is made out of three persons. The first usually being the Supervisor of Elections, him or herself, unless their name is on the ballot. The second person who will act as chair of the board is a county judge. And the third person is typically a county commissioner. The canvassing board plays a vital role in ensuring that every vote is counted accurately and fairly. They have several important responsibilities. One key task is the logic and accuracy test, which ensures that the tabulators used for vote by mail, early voting, and election day are functioning properly. Florida law requires that at least 5% of the precinct tabulators, or a minimum of 10 devices, whichever is greater, undergo testing. This step helps confirm the reliability of the equipment. Another important function of the canvassing board is to canvass the votes. You may remember from a previous episode that vote-by-mail ballots require signature verification to be counted. The canvassing board is trained to review these signatures and votes on whether a signature can be accepted if there's a question about it. The board also is responsible for determining voter intent on ballots with unclear markings, known as overvotes or undervotes. Our tabulators are very sensitive and will reject ballots with any unclear markings. For instance, if a voter marks near one candidate's name and then fills in the bubble for another, the tabulator won't know what the voter intended and will therefore reject the ballot. The canvassing board carefully studies these ballots to interpret the voter's intent. In cases where a ballot is damaged and can't be processed by the tabulator, our SOE staff will create an exact duplicate under the board's supervision to ensure every ballot is counted. Additionally, the board oversees the duplication of UOCAVA ballots. Ballots sent by U.S. military personnel and other citizens living overseas, often received via fax. These are duplicated onto ballot paper under the board's supervision and inspected after duplication to ensure accuracy. Post-election audits are mandatory in the state of Florida, which require a hand count or a machine count. For the hand count, 1 to 2% of the votes are hand counted from randomly selected precincts. It's actually quite fun to watch the canvassing board put the precincts into a hat and do a drawing. Another interesting fact about the canvassing board is in the event of a local tie in a race where the hand count and the machine count does not show up a clear winner, the canvassing board will actually, as per Florida statute, do a luck of the draw. I actually have a video of one such instance that happened in our last election. Each candidate in the tie selects one person on the canvassing board to represent them if they are not present in person. Each one of those canvassing board members will either flip a coin, draw a straw, or in our case, they picked a card. In this situation, the person with the highest number won that race. So sometimes not just every vote counts, sometimes a little bit of luck plays into it as well. This is Vanola Rodriguez. It has been my pleasure to give you a behind-the-scenes look at the life behind your ballot and to show you a little bit about what our amazing Supervisor of Elections Office does behind the scenes. Thank you for joining me, and join me in weeks to come for other educational information.